are you using email in your business? Whether you think it's a necessary evil or whether you think it's great, although to be honest, the only people I've ever heard who think email are great are very successful marketers who are using it very successfully. But email is always there and it needs to be used. But how are you using it? Email needs to be consistent. You need a voice, you need a tone. Think of all the ways you can do it. You've got your marketing, sales messages, you've got your accounts, you've got customer inquiries, except it's every single day in all departments. But something I see a lot in incoming email from companies is a lack of consistency. And the consistency is the brand. No one seems to think of what's at the bottom and what it looks like to the customer, the person receiving it at the other end. And that, I think, is a bit short-sighted. People also forget that emails are generally read if they're important. So, for example, if you're selling a product and an e-commerce store like ours, there's an automatic process inbuilt in e-commerce stores that sends an invoice, a completion, or your order is processed. People are going to open that because they've just bought the thing and they need the invoice or receipt. So why leave it as the standard? Why don't people add the same signature and a message at the bottom into that as they do into the email that comes from their just everyday emails? I recommend you have a look at a service called Wisestamp, Wisestamp.com. I think they have a free version, but it's very low priced. We actually use it at Fire Protection Online. And what it does is you create a standard signature, but it's a professional looking one. It's properly done and it works with Gmail, works with Outlook, works with most of the things. But as a company, say you've got 20 employees or something like that, how can you control that they've all got the right one? So you can have a controlled system that has a similar message, a similar style of message, but then you can put sales messages or you can enter your Twitter handle or something at the bottom. So be consistent in your message. And please, people, those long, where you got a 2-line email and then the signature from whatever, but then the disclaimer under the bottom is like this long. Why have you got those? Are you run by a legal department? Are you lawyers? We don't seem to have those. Lots of other people don't seem to need them. And when you see those threaded emails where there's one after another and all of those are bunched together, it makes you look bad. I don't recommend it. So take a look at something like Wisestamp. Just consider your signature. Consider where all your emails go from, who's sending them, make sure they're the same. Get sales messages in there, change them every now and again. In the PS, everyone reads the PS. Get your social media handles in there because people do want to know where you are on these things. Okay? Now, being a lovely Thursday, we want a nice podcast to drive home to at the end of the day. Today I'm going to recommend The Ray Edwards Show. Obviously we're in marketing. Ray Edwards is a copywriter or a direct response marketer, meaning he gets paid if people respond to what he puts out there. And yeah, that is going to get you results if your money depends on it. Ray Edwards has been around for a long time. He's a very nice bloke. And also remarkably, his podcast seems to have been on iTunes since something like 2007. I have no idea when iTunes started, but that sounds pretty early to me. So he's got a lot of experience, so it's well presented. Different lengths, seems to be roughly once a week, but sometimes more often. And he's not really salesy. Really, really helpful. Really good on helping you, from his experience, on how to build a business. And as he's marketing based, you're going to learn a lot. Another one you're going to learn a lot from is Rainmaker. Rainmaker sponsors the Marketing for Owners podcast. Rainmaker includes their authority program, which on its own I believe costs $400 or $500 for an annual thing, and it has access to all their copy bloggers' top information on everything you need to know about marketing your business online. It's worth considering, and it's all included in the price. That's it. Get on iTunes, go listen to Ray Edwards, and then start getting people to send emails to you. Look at their signatures. See you soon.